And then also some interviews I've had or some conversations I've had with some of the actors. We'll be letting you in on them. But do not forget that the tension is still heightened and the anxiety is incredibly going high as the competition of nears its grand finale. Well, who wins the ultimate prize package of 80,000 Ghana Cedi plus a one-year recording deal for 2 singles under management? Well, it is Prime Studio and it's on every Saturday on Joy Prime at 8 p.m. Now, to make sure that your favorite contestant is the one winning, all you have to do is just prefix the name of your contestant with PX and send it to 1903. So all you have to do is text PS, the name of the favorite contestant that you want to vote for, and send it to short code 1903, and this is to all platforms. Prime Studio, they are rocking your world. So Joy Prime presents, and Joy Prime is celebrating authenticity and uniqueness of personalities in the creative art space. So join us on Sunday, the 14th of June, 2020 at 4 p.m. sharp on Joy Prime Presents Wendy Shay. You don't need to miss out on this exciting live acoustic performances. Well, this is going to be by the sensational songstress Wendy Shay. Well, she sings us through her major tracks in a very compelling, thrilling, beautiful, and sensational way. And you know that it's been 2 years since she emerged in the music industry, and she's had several hits. So just like we did on the Sunday before this one when we had Akabli or Akabli 55, we are going to have Wendy Shay give us thrilling performances live on TV on Joy Prime on Sunday the 14th at 4 p.m. Make a date and don't be left out. Well, my dad is really tough. Yes, my dad is tough. So Joy Prime, Hit FM, and Joy News brings you My Dad is Tough, a celebration of fathers in the front line of COVID-19. Well, all you have to do that if your father is a frontliner, just send us a 1 minute a 1 minute video making us believe your story. And then if your story is considered one of them, we get to put you in that competition. Okay, so this morning I've been joined by filmmaker Kofi Asamoah, who is going to help us, we are going to find out from him some, solutions to this particular issue. Kofi, thank you and welcome to Showbiz Now. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Bembako.
Okay. Well, Kofi, let's backtrack a little bit. First off, how before the pandemic, how were you making revenue if you finished shooting your film and you have the final project at hand?
The very conventional, ways. We sell screens, and we also are able to sell to distributors, and that we've always made money. So yeah.
Okay, but I don't know how it is like right now in this pandemic. Are you still selling to distributors? I know there is a premiering to which even worldwide box office accrued a lot of revenues for the filmmakers. Is it working here in Ghana?
Yeah, so like I said, there were two main ways: the selling of the screens, and then selling to the distributors. The one that's currently we are unable to do is selling of the screens, of course, because of social distancing protocol, and also, which is we all know, is due to the global pandemic of 19. And so that bit of sales is not forthcoming, and we are just limited now to selling to distributors and selling digital screens instead of the conventional cinema releases, because now as it is, cinemas are closed in our part of the world, and I'm sure in most part of the world as well. And so cinema screenings are basically impossible now.
Okay, but let's look at you selling to distributors and also streaming online. Is it getting you the revenue that it was getting you before?
The streams are the same.
Okay.
The networks remain the same. Of course, obviously, the impact of the pandemic, is widespread, and as it affects every other industry. And so we are not in that. We are not left out, of course, distributors are still acquiring content. Distributors are still paying for content. We are still making money off them. But then the quantum is what I'll say has reduced. The quantum has reduced, of course, because there are also channels of raking back their revenue have also reduced. Because distributors also would sell screens, in order to make money, and that for them has also reduced. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, Kofi, please don't go offline. Hold on. I have Pascal Aka also on the line. Pascal, good. Well, okay. I don't think we have Pascal right now. But Kofi, let's go on with the convo. So
I'm right here.
Oh, okay. Pascal is on. Kofi, hold on. Pascal, good morning and welcome to Showbiz Now.
Good morning. How's it going, Ivy?
Charlie, we're good. Pascal, let me find out from you. In this pandemic era, are you still, going on sets? Are you on any project right now that you're working on?
Even if you call me to come to your studio for the interview, I won't come. So the answer is no. I'm not going on set. Absolutely.
Okay.
Some of us are still staying indoors, staying put, and until everything cools down. So no, I will not go on set, and I will not take any risks because honestly, if you look at the numbers, whether truthful or not, like the daily rate of infections is not decreasing at this rate, and then I just hope people will not be too complacent with the whole situation. The thing is, life is short, but at the same time, patience is also a virtue. You know what I mean? Okay. So there's not a time to produce content. Absolutely not. That's my opinion. Content in order for cinemas, etc., and everything. Yes.
So as a filmmaker, how are you getting revenue if this is not the time to produce content? Pascal.
Very, very good question. Actually, I'm one of those people. Yeah, I'm right here. In terms of making revenue, just like Kofi mentioned, like going on tour with your film and playing at cinemas and screens, etc., public screening, it's not a good idea at all. It's not possible, and it's not a way to make money. So right now, this situation has forced everyone to do everything digitally, which has always been a slower transition for Ghana as far as film is concerned. But there's opportunity in everything, But as far as distributors are concerned, nothing has changed in terms of them interested in acquiring content as much as possible, as quick as possible as well. So it's one of those things where it's like, let's wait and see, So my film just came out in January. Like we did a premiere in January, etc. And then we're still in the film festival circuit. And in March, I was supposed to go to a festival in Egypt, and I just turned it down. Even though they were paying for my flight and everything, I turned it down because I wanted to be safe with everything. And and then after I turned it down, about a few days later, the infection rates over there went from 1 to 40 something.
Wow.
So, so you can imagine. And then the place got locked down as well. So the airports were closed. So so you just have to be careful with these things, So in terms of producer content, no, but in terms of revenue as well, it's also limited. But then there's still opportunities with the digital distributors. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Kofi, let me find this out from you. I know that yes, online streaming, digital producers, and even movie sites are welcoming and they're open up. But there's a case where Ghana here, we have our internet is not that strong, and to be able to get all these streaming online, you should have some eyeballs in your country attributed to you online before they will even also want to get interested to be able to purchase it. Are we making that now? Because it seems that is the only way to be able to make some revenue.
Yeah, I mean, I am a filmmaker, and so I believe that if I speak on that, I'd be, veering a bit more into distribution, and that's a whole industry in its own as well. I think that this COVID leaves a lot for us to learn from. I keep telling people that the COVID period, especially during the lockdown and everything, was a rehearsal, a pension rehearsal for we filmmakers. So what I mean by that is, if you're not working for a certain number of weeks or months. How are you going to survive? If your last film is your very last and you're not going to make any more, how are you going to make revenue from the ones that you've made already? And when you look at what's happening now, it should make the few portals that we have here work even harder. I believe that this is the perfect time, this is a good time for them to get the eyeballs they want. With internet speed, now I think we have improved.
Okay.
Tremendously. We're doing very well when it comes to internet speed. Everybody's watching Netflix. I mean, come on. Everybody is on Netflix now, you know.
Okay.
And so I don't think internet speed is the problem now like it used to be before. Even if it is, a majority number have access to fast internet, you know, because if you look at how people are watching Netflix and how people are talking about it, it means that there is the demand, you know. And so for the local portals that we have, this is a good time for them. And they have to understand that running a portal is a business, it's their business, not the business of a producer. The producer is not part of their capital. The content acquisition should be part of their capital. So it means that they must have money to pay producers to acquire their content. And not just come to producers and say, Pascal, I want your film. Give me your film, let me put it on my portal, and then when we make money, we split it. How long is it going to take me to make it?
Sorry to cut you. Has that been the case for some of the portals we have here?
If not all.
Okay.
It really has. In fact, all the portals that I have had an engagement with come with the same story. Oh, we are startups. Oh, we don't have money. Oh, so just bring the film. I mean, I didn't come to a portal to ask for money to make the film. Because film is my business, I treated it as such. So if running a portal is your business, you see, that is the difference between the growing portals in this part of the country, the digital platforms that we have, and the other ones overseas.
Okay.
Yes, you start small, but you cannot leave out budget for content in your capital.
Okay.
So when you're starting a portal, you have to understand that what you are going to sell is the content.
Okay.
And so if you say you don't have money to pay for the content, then what business have you started?
Okay, Kofi, hold on there. Hold on there. Sorry to cut you in. For the both of you, now we are looking at way forward, how filmmakers can make revenue. Quick one, under 1 minute. Pascal, for you, and Kofi, also under 1 minute. What is the way forward? What can we do? What can filmmakers do to raise revenue?
Okay, to not repeat what Kofi is saying, I'm going to talk about something different.
Make it under 1 minute for me, please.
What he's about to say.
Okay.
So, what I want to talk about, in order to make revenue, let's also talk about investments.
Okay.
Investment is a very important part of making money. So, and in entertainment, we're in the business of popularity. We're in the business of an audience, engaging an audience and having a market. So, I know we are in the TikTok period, etc. But the thing is, this whole lockdown period is also an opportunity for people to build their audience. You know, aspiring actors and producers that are trying to create content for online, etc. This is the opportunity to start building your audience as far as you can. With so much content that's not necessarily like expensive, that doesn't require so many people and everything. So they have to be creative and find ways to build their audience through engagement. So investments.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so very much for your time. I really appreciate it, and I'm sure that a lot of other filmmakers who are watching will also take cue from it.
Many thanks for having me.
Okay, so those were filmmakers Pascal Aka and Kofi Asamoah, but that is not the only convo we are going to have. We have Timothy Bentum also to have a convo with. Timothy, good morning and welcome to Showbiz Now. Now, first off, I want to find out from you, in this COVID era, in this pandemic, are you still, getting script? Are you still going on set? And if you go on set, are you, observing the health protocols? Hello? Hello, Timothy, can you hear me? Timothy. Well, we have Timothy Bentum on the line, who is also, I think he's ready now. Well, Timothy, thanks for joining us. I know you couldn't hear me early on, but I want to quickly find out from you, as an actor, are you getting script in this pandemic era? And if you're going on set, are you observing the protocols, the health protocols that are supposed to be observed?
Yes, I've been on two. Well, the same set, but we shot twice.
Okay.
And I've been on both sets. For me, it was just the nose mask thingy. We weren't very big on the washing of hands, but we had the sanitizers, and those were used pretty religiously. So yes, that I believe. Of course, most of us on that set are pretty enlightened. So that was adhered to. Those protocols were very much adhered to.
Okay, Timothy, thank you very much. But another question before I quickly let go of you. In this era, what do you think filmmakers can do to be able to accrue some revenue for themselves? Because you know that for premiering of the movies is off, and that has been one major revenue-making stream. So what do you think they can do?
The question is if there are strategies that us filmmakers can employ, to make extra money or to better our revenue levels during this pandemic era. I don't think that has changed. I think that the government needs to do that one thing that we have always, fought for, the local content bill. That has been the biggest, sucker of our blood, if you like, when it comes to filmmaking and the revenue we get from it. Because there's a huge influx of, foreign content, the telenovelas and all these things. I mean, there's Indian, there's Mexican, there's Turkish, I hear all kinds of telenovelas coming through, and that gives us, it gives us very stiff competition. And I think that why would we take foreign stuff and then come and lay local languages on it? I've seen Ghana, I've seen Chi lay local languages on it. To what end, when we can produce our own stuff and push it out there with more gusto? I think that we are the fattest racists ever. As in, we love things from the white man as opposed to our own local stuff, which is actually a degree of very bad, racism that hurts us. And so, once we can sort out the local content bill, a lot of these things would go away and would take money.
Well, Timothy, thank you so very much. Well, Timothy was also sharing his views on how filmmakers can make some money. Well, I think we have Adjetey Annan also on. Well, Adjetey, good morning, and thank you so very much for your time and joining us here on Showbiz Now. Well, quick one. In this era, in this pandemic era, that a lot of things have been put on hold, which is affecting everything. Are you still getting script? Are you still going on set? And if you get on set, are you observing the health protocols that you're supposed to observe?
Well, I haven't been on a set yet.
Oh, okay.
I think that the little I've done has been probably just a voice over, and I'm also engaged in auditioning of an audition judge for the Ghana's Most Beautiful. But we've certainly been observing the restrictions, making sure, keeping our distance and making it very safe as much as possible. But I'm looking at scripts. Yeah, producers have sent in their scripts for me to begin to look at them, where we're projecting that we'll be going back on set pretty soon.
Well, Adjetey, thank you so very much. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. But another question I want to have go at you before I let you go is, what do you think that? Do you think there's any way filmmakers can implore to be able to make revenue for themselves, especially so in this pandemic era and after?
I think that in this era, we should begin to explore online premieres or online showings. I know that a few production houses have their stations online where you pay to access a movie or two. Theatre has begun that process where they're showing live performances online where we access by paying something. And so probably we need to look into that. Even though things are easing up and we might be going back on set fully, you never know what the future holds again. So at least it's better for us to explore these other areas in case of any eventuality. Yeah.
Adjetey, thank you so very much for your time, and let's quickly get on to Calibos, who's been on the line for some few minutes now. Calibos, thank you so very much for joining us. Good morning and welcome to Showbiz Now. Well, quickly, have you been going on sets? Are you getting scripts to get on sets to shoot? And if you have been going on sets, are you adhering to the health protocols that, everybody's supposed to observe when all of you get on set, not you alone?
Okay, so ever since the pandemic started, I've been on sets once, not for a movie though, but for a commercial, a TV commercial. Okay. And they made it possible, the producers made it possible that we stick to the safety measures. We're keeping our social distancing, although we're on set. We constantly, washed our hands because there were available, water and soap for every crew, every cast to keep on washing their hands. But personally, I brought along my portable, pocket-sized sanitizer, which I was applying every now and then. And then the face mask was also acquired, unless we hear action that the actors have to start, acting. So that's what I.
Well, that was a very smart one, that you had your own hand sanitizer on you. But another thing I want to find out is, what do you think, from your own point of view, that filmmakers can do to be able to make some revenue for themselves during this period and after the pandemic?
So we all could attest to the fact that the internet served as a big entertainment platform during this pandemic, especially.
Well, it was rather unfortunate. The line just dropped over there on Calibus. And, well, that is... Well, okay, he's back on. Okay, Calibus, can you just continue or pick it from the beginning where you left off?
During this pandemic, especially with the lockdowns. So as filmmakers, I think the strategy which can help, bring revenue to most filmmakers is to try this digital migration, going on the digital platforms to put out their movies, to put out their content, whatever they have. And especially with the TV stations too as well. These are platforms, I think, they can generate some income and they can generate some revenue for filmmakers with content who want to put it out there. But then even during the lockdown, we all were on our social medias, we were on YouTube, we were on Netflix and so on. So I think if we have created a channel for Ghanaians to put on Ghanaian movies, this will be a big platform owned by Ghanaians, and then we have our content on it, and as well generate revenue for ourselves.
Well, Calibus, thank you so very much. Time is so far spent, but don't forget that tomorrow on The Truth or Dare, Daddy Opanka is on. And if I'm leaving you, let me leave you with the Mask for All that was launched yesterday. Well, this is the only place that has all the 411s in the world of entertainment. The name is IB, and make sure you don't flip your channel off this particular channel. It's Joy Prime.
To be given to the needy. This initiative, I think, is a very laudable one, and we all need to support them. That's why we as Fidel Couture have decided to help in giving out free nose masks to support the Masks for All initiative. So we'll start off with donating 1,000 nose masks, and that's just for the start. And we'll... Mask na kuya DBS say hu hia pa.
Mask for All. Protect you, save all. Mask for All. Protect you, save all.
Independence in 1957. When did Ghana become a republic?
1954.
Hey! This is your song. Pimpana bana. Pimpana bana na na. Pimpana bana. Pimpana bana wa na minu bewu. And you man no. Sugar Daddy song. Typical Sugar Daddy song.
Money in a hand.
Back na ground.
What don't you know? Shows Saturday at 5 p.m. and repeats on Friday at 3 p.m.
Joy Prime, real entertainment.